All right, now my next question is, any advice for someone who wants to begin a writer's group?
Oh, yes. I could probably write a book on that or do an entire seminar answering this question, but I'll list the 3 most important things I've learned. First, have a clear focus on just what type of writer's group you want to start. There are sharing groups and critiquing groups. If you wish to do both, have a clear plan on how you can tactfully accomplish this. This not having a clear plan really is a downfall of so many writers groups. It's very important.
Okay.
For critique groups, get a set of guidelines for each member so that the critiques accomplish more than it was kind of nice or I liked it type of response.
Yeah,
Need more than that.
Yeah, Tom always says that. He says, well, what am I here for if there's not going to be any really good feedback? So.
Right. You want feedback. You don't want to be cruel. You want to be honest. And it's so important for the writers to always know that they're in control of their writing and that the critiquing is an opinion.
Sure.
Second, keep the group small enough so that each person has the time to read. I have found that with 30-plus members, you may get 14 or 15 at each meeting, which may not be enough time for each person to read. If this problem arises, create a sign-in sheet so that you can keep track of those who have not read so that they can read at the next meeting. Last, and most important, have fun. Enjoy sharing your work with others, and stand by each other through both acceptance and rejection letters. That is just so important.
Okay, my next question is, any advice for adults and kids out there in the world who want to grow as a writer?
I think writers should be avid readers. Write like a reader and read like a writer. The best way to find your writer's voice, though, is not from copying the style of other writers, but by being inspired by it. It is by daily journaling and writing that we discover ourselves, our writer's voice, and our freedom to express. Don't intimidate yourself. Don't talk about writing the #1 bestseller. Take little steps. Never throw your work away, even if you consider it junk. This is self-limiting. I have found some very good ideas in my files that I considered junk a few years ago. It is through this junk that the seeds for the #1 bestsellers may be sown. Consider ideas from old pieces as a diamond in the rough and rework the pieces if at all possible. Write each piece before editing or checking for grammar. Set it aside for a day or so. Then go back and do a grammar, syntax, and style check. Many times, reading a piece out loud will help you hear errors that you can't see. For children, my suggestion is to always remember the excitement of seeing and experiencing new things. For adults, my suggestion is to experience life with the curiosity and the excitement of a child. Look at things if you've never seen them before. Take the time to find animal shapes in the clouds or feel the rain on your face. Make snow angels. Feel the sizzle of the snow on your tongue. Listen to the crinkle of the dry leaves under your feet. Your creativity is released when you take the blinders off. If you had only a day to live, what would you miss seeing, feeling, touching, or tasting? When you can answer that question, sit down and write about it.
I like that, Sharon, that last little part there. And it's like stop and smell the roses, and you captured that so well. And for writers, yeah, that's what we have to do, things.
Yes, it certainly is.